so hard. The world is burning. But when I see the world now, I see we were in such peace at that time. I mean, I'm sure you also must think like that. And a lot of people who are of our age must think like that. So, in this country, we are fortunate. Our worldly lives are pretty much okay by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, most of us. And but we live in a society which is not Islamic. The basic society is not Islamic. The majority of the people do not follow the Islamic teachings. However, I must add, excuse me, salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. I must add that there are a lot of things in our country here which are more Islamic than the so-called Muslim countries. I'm pretty sure many of you will agree with me. Because we might not have the people going around doing inshallah and mashallah on the streets, but there are certain things, there are certain ethics in this country which are much better than anywhere else, and which is why a lot of people come and live here. So we've got to be thankful for this grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well. But even though things are hard sometimes, but they're not as hard as we make it out to be sometimes. However, people who are working, people who go to school, they struggle. We struggle to do our salah. We might not have space to pray. They might not give us enough time. So why do you need 10-15 minutes out for prayers every day at this time? And not just once, probably twice in the day, or thrice in the day sometimes. So it is a challenge. And our sisters struggle to maintain their hijab when they go outside. They're called names, people are saying things to them, and sometimes they're attacked as well. And we struggle to live by not interest-taking mechanisms. We have to face the challenge of avoiding interest. All these things are there in our society. But, like I said, don't think that nobody understands these things. We all understand these things. And people who live in so-called Muslim societies also know these things. However, I must add here, when Rasulullah established this religion in Mecca, it was full of pagans. And life was at risk. The first martyr was in Mecca, Sumayya and Yasir. They were the first martyrs. Why? Because they wanted to follow Islam, and people wouldn't let them. In these countries, in these situations, our lives are not generally at risk. They're probably more at risk when you do an Ashura procession in Pakistan than they're at risk here. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali. So what I'm trying to imply is that Rasulullah also faced these challenges. And after Rasulullah, each and every Imam faced certain challenges. And mostly from Muslim communities. When Rasulullah went to Medina, he faced challenges from the Jewish communities over there. But he interacted with everybody. He wanted to talk about Islam. But he interacted, and he did progress with his faith, and the Muslim society developed. Now, we, in this time and age, are ambassadors of our faith. You must have heard this like a cliche all the time. We are ambassadors of the religion. Well, when we are ambassadors, there's a job that we need to do, right? Which is called dawah. And I've been part of, and I've seen certain jamaats doing dawah in a way you would never like to do dawah. They'll be standing on street corners, or they'll be going house to house, that you should come out and go together, and we talk about this, that and the other, about how Allah has given so much and we need to come to your religion, otherwise we'll be destined for hellfire. Have you heard this? Yeah? You go to Oxford Street sometimes, you'll find them with a megaphone as well. And in communities within London, I know people who go what is called gasht, which is like going on a tour, door to door of Muslims, sometimes non-Muslims as well. And if you don't come, you're going to go to hellfire. You talk to a non-Muslim like that, any person, if you ridicule their belief system, or if you attack their belief system, it will work backwards. They'll say, what, I'd rather go to hellfire than you go with you. It totally backfired. I've done that, and I've had it done to me as well. I remember in my university days, people used to come to my room, and I said, oh my God, what am I going to do? Tuesday afternoon, they're going to come. And you try to wear, and it's strange things. Because these people were dressed in the garb, in the thobe, and the jubba and all that stuff. And this is going back in India. And I've been trying to repel them. I've been in my shorts. So they look at me and they, oh my God, I won't talk to this guy. He's no good. All kinds of things we used to do to repel these guys. The point I'm trying to make here is that we should not be like that. We must not be like that. Our dawah, of course, words are there in dawah, printed material is there in dawah, but our dawah is what Imam Sadiq alayhi salam taught us. The silent dawah. Ambassadors of religion means behaving in such a manner that people ask, who does he follow? Who is his leader? How does he learn these things? Who taught him? And we be a source of happiness to our imams, to our parents, to our family members, by being good, truthful, upright people in this society, not taking benefits when we are not eligible for it. That is a kind of a dawah. Helping old people who are there. A lot of people look at their nuclear families, when they go really, really old, 70, 80, 90 years old, people are on their own, especially in the winter. Check them, go and check them. Doesn't matter Muslim, non-Muslim. Be human beings. We are Hussainis here. Hussainis don't think about faith, they think about humanity first. And if people had humanity, they would have come to Imam Hussain in Karbala. That's what was lacking, not faith. Faith comes later. But if we have faith, if we claim to have faith, then we go and check on these people and see how our neighbors are doing, how the elderly are doing. Because nobody knows what they might be needing. And we, mashallah, at this age, we have health and we have mobility. We can go around here, get things sorted out for them sometimes. But in a wise manner. We see homeless people around our city. We could go and talk to them. We could ask them what they need. We could buy them a bit of food sometimes. These homeless people, they don't want to be on the streets. Nobody wants to be on the streets. It's cold. It's raining. It's windy. And people say bad things to such people. When they see me in this condition, oh, this guy's an alcoholic, that's why he's like that. Maybe he might not have been an alcoholic. He has become due to his condition. Because that's how he gets away from his troubles. Or he's a drug addict or something. Try to help these people, speak to them. 2 minutes of your time for these people will go a long way in your dawah. That's what our dawah is. And it is important to do this silent dawah because, okay, let's look at another example. Orphans. Orphans are very important. If somebody wants to help an orphan, come to me please. I'll organize the orphan to help out. If there is an orphan in an extended family, take him under your wing. Take her under your wing, especially if it's a girl child. Protect them. They need most important in this country especially, what they need is somebody to protect them. Because small children are exploited like Allah. Nobody's business, It's a very sad situation in our world these days. And, dawah is not about a numbers game. If it's a numbers game, then we are losers. Imam Hussain was a loser as well in that case. It's not a numbers game. When people say, oh, so many people are coming to Islam nowadays. It's not a numbers game, my dear friends. We are talking about the quality of our iman. One person goes on the right path, that is more than enough. Islam is not going to gain by lots of people coming into it, or lots of people. Islam is not going to lose by lots of people, even one person going away from it. That's not Islam. We have to be bigger than that. It's not a numbers game. We're not out to get more numbers into a community to feel stronger. No, we feel stronger if we are strong in our faith. And that's what our aim should be. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Another thing that I notice a lot is, new Muslims who keep coming into the faith. And alhamdulillah they do. Befriend them. This is a big complaint of our new Muslim brothers and sisters. That Muslims, born Muslims, think that they are like some big shot. They know everything. The fact is, we probably don't know as much as them. Because they are smart enough people to have seen the truth. Most of us are given it on a platter. We don't even know whether it's right or wrong. We just do it because our parents do it and it makes them happy, so we carry on with it. We have been told Salat is good, Allah does not forgive people if you don't do Salat, all these things. And we do it. We haven't actually investigated ourselves. And if you befriend a new Muslim, it doesn't mean you start being condescending towards them, that you're doing a great job by being their friend. No, it's our duty. It's our duty to be supportive of people who come to your community. It's not like you're doing a favor that somebody's coming and you're doing, okay, have food with me. No. It is our duty. Everybody has a responsibility, young and old, to do this, to help people out. Not as in, they probably don't need your money. They probably need somebody to talk to them nicely and answer the questions here and there. And just because you answer a few questions doesn't mean that you're some great sheikhs. You know a lot more than that. Maybe they have their own field of expertise, which they can answer questions for you as well. So give them a chance. Being a friend means give and take. It's on the same level. It's not that somebody is superior. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. New challenges that we see in our society here in the 21st century. We have a good educational system, alhamdulillah, for this country. We have a good educational system. It's got lots of shortcomings, but it's good. It's good for getting degrees, for getting jobs maybe. Especially when you get a degree from here and you go to the Middle East, they'll give you more money. So that's how it works. And the education system is good here. However, I don't think that ethics are taught in our education system here. We are taught numbers, we are taught science, arts, but no ethics. Ethics are not taught in school. In fact, the system actually shies away from ethics because they are fearful, too politically correct I would say, that they'll be taken to task for trying to push an agenda of the Christians or Muslims or Hindus or whatever, or Sikhs, whatever the case might be, or the Jewish. And what that has done to the society in our country, and most Western societies, is that the ethics that used to be taught in faith schools are getting lesser and lesser. So students are misbehaving with children, with teachers, and teachers don't know how to behave in front of children. They don't know how to interact with each other either, because there's a lack of ethics and the society is growing up like that. And that is what our Islamic system teaches. It focuses a lot on ethics, a lot on adab. We can create a better society in this society as well by developing good ethics. In this technologically advanced era that we live in, we can build a good society based on ethics, based on good ethics, by what Islam teaches us. All the prophets who came before Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they taught us to live a better ethical life. All of them taught us to live better ethical life. And our youth need to be assisted in having better understanding of the religion, of its teachings, and of its ethics. And so that they can lead a better life, a happier life. Now, our understanding, at least when I was growing up, my understanding of a happy, better life was to have more money, better cars, more friends, nice clothes, nice food. That is a happy life. Naive. I realize now, and I've spoken about it before as well, happiness is not about acquired things or acquiring things. It is a part of it. It always feels good when you have a new shirt, or a new hijab for sisters, or a new handbag for sisters, or new shoes for us. Something like that. It always feels good. But that's not the goal of happiness. Happiness inside our hearts is not achieved by acquiring things. It's achieved when we have contentment with what we have, with what Allah has given us. Again, we are not saying that we're not going to better ourselves in society. We constantly strive to better ourselves and our families. But contentment is what gives us happiness. If we have contentment, then we will be happy. There's certain ways I want to discuss how children should be, the guidelines that Islam has given for children to be raised. And there's a guideline from 0 to 7, and 7 to 14 years of age, and then 14 to 21 years of age. 7-year periods. I'm just going to skim on it because we don't have time. From 0 to 7, a prophetic hadith tells us, from 0 to 7, a child is the master. He's a sayyid. 7 to 14, he's a slave, a ghulam. And 14 to 21, he's an advisor, he's a friend. What does that mean, basically? 0 to 7 is all about love. It's all about love. Give the child as much love as you can. Whatever you have, especially the mothers, because Allah has given a special kind of love in mothers' hearts for their children. And sometimes the mothers misuse that love. Let me put it out there. I'm going to be very unpopular. But because they know that they love their child, and nobody is going to love their child as much as they do. This is a fact. I'm not disputing that. And the child knows that mom loves me as well, like nobody's going to love me. Mothers misuse it. They get angry at the children, smack them sometimes, be harsh on them. Because ultimately they're going to go back to loving their children. Because of love, they're being angry. They want the best